Siberia is an extensive geographical region, and by the broadest definition is also known as North Asia. Siberia has been historically part of Russia since the 17th century. The territory of Siberia extends eastwards from the Ural Mountains to the watershed between the Pacific and Arctic drainage basins. Siberia stretches southwards from the Arctic Ocean to the hills of north-central Kazakhstan and to the national borders of Mongolia and China. With an area of 13.1 million square kilometers, Siberia accounts for 77% of Russia's land area, but it is home to just 40 million people, 27% of the country's population. This is equivalent to an average population density of about 3 inhabitants per square kilometer, making Siberia one of the most sparsely populated regions on Earth. Etymology. Some sources say that Siberia originates from the Siberian Tatar word for sleeping land. Another account sees the name as the ancient tribal ethnonym of the Surtu, a mysterious people later assimilated to Siberian Tatars. The modern usage of the name appeared in the Russian language after the conquest of the Siberian Khanate. A further variant claims that the region was named after the Xibe people. The Polish historian Kotliszkowski has proposed that the name derives from the Proto-Slavic word for north, but Anatoly Bakalov has dismissed this explanation on the grounds that the neighboring Chinese, Arabs and Mongolians would not have known Russian. His own suggestion is that the name represents a combination of two words, Su and Bur, prehistory. The region is of paleontological significance, as it contains bodies of prehistoric animals from the Pleistocene epoch, preserved in isopermafrost. Specimens of gold-fuss cave lion cubs, Yucca, and another woolly mammoth from Oymyakon, a woolly rhinoceros from the Kolyma River, and bison and horses from Yukagye were found here. The Siberian traps were formed by one of the largest known volcanic events of the last 500 million years of Earth's geological history. They continued for a million years and are considered the likely cause of the Great Dying about 250 million years ago, which is estimated to have killed 90% of species existing at the time. At least 3 species of humans lived in southern Siberia around 40,000 years ago: H. sapiens, H. neanderthalensis, and the Denisovans. The last was determined in 2010, by DNA evidence, to be a new species. History. Siberia was inhabited by different groups of nomads such as the Ennets, the Nenes, the Huns, the Scythians and the Uyghurs. The Khan of Sibir in the vicinity of modern Tobolsk was known as a prominent figure who endorsed Kubrata's Khagan of Old Great Bulgaria in 630. The Mongols conquered a large part of this area early in the 13th century. With the breakup of the Golden Horde, the autonomous Siberia Khanate was established in the late 15th century. Turkish-speaking Yakuts migrated north from the Lake Baikal region under pressure from the Mongol tribes during the 13th to 15th century. Siberia remained a sparsely populated area. Historian John F. Richards wrote, "It is doubtful that the total early modern Siberian population exceeded 300,000 persons. The growing power of Russia in the west began to undermine the Siberian Khanate in the 16th century. First, groups of traders and Cossacks began to enter the area, and then the Russian army began to set up forts farther and farther east. Towns such as Mongazyatara, Yeniseisk and Tobolsk were developed, the last being declared the capital of Siberia. At this time, Sibir was the name of a fortress at Kashlik, near Tobolsk. Gerardus Mercator, in a map published in 1595, marks Sibir both as the name of a settlement and of the surrounding territory along a left tributary of the Ob. Other sources contend that the Xibe, an indigenous tongue Tungusic people offered fierce resistance to Russian expansion beyond the Urals, and that Siberia is a Russification of their ethnonym. By the mid-17th century, areas controlled by Russia had been extended to the Pacific. There were some 230,000 Russians in Siberia by 1709. Siberia was a destination for sending exiles. The first great modern change in Siberia was the Trans-Siberian Railway, constructed during 1891 to 1916. It linked Siberia more closely to the rapidly industrializing Russia of Nicholas II. Around 7 million people moved to Siberia from European Russia between 1801 and 1914. From 1859 to 1917, over 500,000 people migrated to the Russian Far East. Siberia has extensive natural resources. During the 20th century, large-scale exploitation of these was developed, and industrial towns cropped up throughout the region. At 7:15 a.m. on the 30th of June 1908, millions of trees were felled near the Podkamenная Tunguska, a river in central Siberia in the Tunguska event, which most scientists believe to have been the airburst of a meteoroid or a comet. Even though no crater has ever been found, the landscape in the area still bears the scars of this event. In the early decades of the Soviet Union, the earlier Katorga system of penal labor camps was replaced by a new one that was controlled by the Gulag State Agency, according to semi-official Soviet estimates that were not made public in Soviet times. From 1929 to 1953, more than 14 million people passed through these camps and prisons, many of which were in Siberia. A further 7 to 8 million were internally deported to remote areas of the Soviet Union. 516,841 prisoners died in camps from 1941 to 1943 due to food shortages caused by World War II. At other periods, mortality was comparatively lower. The size, scope, and scale of the Gulag slave labor camps remains a subject of much research and debate. Many Gulag camps were positioned in extremely remote areas of northeastern Siberia. The best-known clusters are Severslag along the Kolyma River and Norilsk near Norilsk, where 69,000 prisoners were kept in 1952. Major industrial cities of northern Siberia, such as Norilsk and Magadan, were originally camps built by prisoners and run by ex-prisoners. Geography. With an area of 13.1 million square kilometers, Siberia takes up roughly 77% of Russia's total territory. Major geographical zones include the West Siberian Plain and the Central Siberian Plateau. Siberia covers almost 10% of Earth's land surface, while Siberia falls entirely within Asia. Many authorities such as the UN GEO scheme will not subdivide countries and will place all of Russia as part of Europe or Eastern Europe. Eastern and Central Sakha comprise numerous north-south mountain ranges of various ages. These mountains extend up to almost 3,000 meters, but above a few hundred meters they are almost completely devoid of vegetation. The Verkhoyansk Range was extensively glaciated in the Pleistocene, but the climate was too dry for glaciation to extend to low elevations. At these low elevations are numerous valleys, many of them deep and covered with large forest, except in the extreme north where the tundra dominates. Soils are mainly turbals. The active layer tends to be less than 1 meter deep, except near rivers. The highest point in Siberia is the active volcano Klyachevskaya Sopka on the Kamchatka Peninsula. Its peak is at 4,750 meters. Mountain ranges, lakes and rivers, grasslands, UK Plateau, part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Geology: the West Siberian Plain consists mostly of Cenozoic alluvial deposits and is somewhat flat. Many deposits on this plain result from ice dams which produced a large glacial lake. This mid to late Pleistocene lake blocked the northward flow of the Ob and Yenisei rivers, resulting in a redirection southwest into the Caspian and Aral seas via the Turgai Valley. The area is very swampy, and soils are mostly peaty histosols and, in the treeless northern part, histels. In the south of the plain, where permafrost is largely absent, rich grasslands that are an extension of the Kazakh steppe formed the original vegetation, most of which is not visible anymore. The Central Siberian Plateau is an ancient craton that formed an independent continent before the Permian. It is exceptionally rich in minerals, containing large deposits of gold, diamonds, and ores of manganese, lead, zinc, nickel, cobalt, and molybdenum. Much of the area includes the Siberian Traps, a large igneous province. This massive eruptive period was approximately coincident with the Permian-Triassic extinction event. The volcanic event is said to be the largest known volcanic eruption in Earth's history. Only the extreme northwest was glaciated during the Quaternary, but almost all is under exceptionally deep permafrost, and the only tree that can thrive, despite the warm summers, is the deciduous Siberian larch with its very shallow roots. Outside the extreme northwest, the taiga is dominant, covering a significant fraction of the entirety of Siberia. Soils here are mainly turbyls, giving way to spodosols where the active layer becomes thicker and the ice content lower. The Lena-Tunguska Petroleum Province includes the Central Siberian Platform, bounded on the northeast and east by the late Carboniferous through Jurassic Verkhoyansk Fold Belt, on the northwest by the Paleozoic Taymyr Fold Belt, and on the southeast, south and southwest by the Middle Silurian to Middle Devonian Baikalian Fold Belt. A regional geologic reconnaissance study began in 1932, followed by surface and subsurface mapping, revealed the Markovo-Angara Arch, which led to the discovery of the Markovo oil field in 1962 with the Markovo-1 well, which produced from the early Cambrian OSA horizon bar sandstone at a depth of 2,156 meters. The Srenbochubin gas field was discovered in 1970, producing from the OSA and the Proterozoic Parthenovo horizon. The Yeraktan oil field was discovered in 1971, producing from the Vendian Yeraktan horizon at depths of up to 1,750 meters, which lies below Permian to Lower Jurassic basalt traps. Climate: the climate of Siberia varies dramatically, but all of it basically has short summers and long winters of very cold climate. On the north coast, north of the Arctic Circle, there is a very short summer. Almost all the population lives in the south, along the Trans-Siberian Railway. The climate in this southernmost part is humid continental climate with cold winters but fairly warm summers lasting at least 4 months. The annual average is about 0.5 degrees Celsius. January averages about -20 degrees Celsius and July about +19 degrees Celsius, while daytime temperatures in summer typically are above 20 degrees Celsius. With a reliable growing season, an abundance of sunshine and exceedingly fertile Chernozem soils, southern Siberia is good enough for profitable agriculture, as was proven in the early 20th century. By far the most commonly occurring climate in Siberia is continental subarctic. with the annual average temperature about -5°C on an average for January of -25°C on an average for July of +17°C. Although this varies considerably, with a July average about 10°C in the taiga tundra ecotone. The business-oriented website and blog Business Insider lists Verkhoyansk and Oymyakon, Republic of Sakha, both of which towns are in Russian Siberia, as being in competition for the title of being the Northern Hemisphere's pole of coal. Oymyakon is a village with a population of 500 which recorded a temperature of -67.7°C on the 6th of February 1933. Verkhoyansk is a relatively nearby, neighboring town of just over 1,000 people that recorded a temperature of -69.8°C for 3 consecutive nights, 5, 6 and the 7th of February. Each town is alternately considered the Northern Hemisphere's pole of cold, meaning the coldest inhabited point in the Northern Hemisphere. Each town also frequently reaches 86°F in the summer, giving them, and the majority of the rest of Russian Siberia, the world's greatest temperature variation, between summer's highs and winter's lows, are often being well over 170 to 180 plus degrees between the seasons. Southwesterly winds bring warm air from Central Asia and the Middle East. The climate in West Siberia is several degrees warmer than in the east, where in the north an extreme winter subarctic climate prevails, but summer temperatures in other regions can reach plus 38°C. In general, Sakha is the coldest Siberian region, and the basin of the Yana River has the lowest temperatures of all, with permafrost reaching 1,493 meters. Nevertheless, as far as Imperial Russian plans of settlement were concerned, cold was never viewed as an issue. In the winter, southern Siberia sits near the center of the semi-permanent Siberian high, so winds are usually light in the winter. Precipitation in Siberia is generally low, exceeding 500 mm only in Kamchatka, where moist winds flow from the Sea of Okhotsk onto high mountains, producing the region's only major glaciers, though volcanic eruptions and low summer temperatures allow limited forests to grow. Precipitation is high also in most of Primorie in the extreme south, where monsoonal influences can produce quite heavy summer rainfall. Researchers, including Sergei Kropotkin at Tomsk State University and Judith Marquand at Oxford University, warn that western Siberia has begun to thaw as a result of global warming. The frozen peat bogs in this region may hold billions of tons of methane gas, which may be released into the atmosphere. Methane is a greenhouse gas 22 times more powerful than carbon dioxide. In 2008, a research expedition for the American Geophysical Union detected levels of methane up to 100 times above normal in the Siberian Arctic, likely the result of methane clathrates being released through holes in a frozen lid of seabed permafrost around the outfall of the Lena River and the area between the Laptev Sea and East Siberian Sea. Fauna or order Artiodactyla Manchurian wapiti. Siberian musk deer. Order Carnivora family Felidae. Amur leopard. Siberian tiger. Family Ursidae. Asian black bear. Brown bear. Polar bear. Flora Pisciobovata. Pinus pumila. Politics, borders and administrative division. The term Siberia has a long history. Its meaning has gradually changed during ages. Historically, Siberia was defined as the whole part of Russia to the east of Ural Mountains, including the Russian Far East. According to this definition, Siberia extended eastward from the Ural Mountains to the Pacific coast, and southward from the Arctic Ocean to the border of Russian Central Asia and the national borders of both Mongolia and China. Soviet-era sources and modern Russian ones usually define Siberia as a region extending eastward from the Ural Mountains to the watershed between Pacific and Arctic drainage basins, and southward from the Arctic Ocean to the hills of north-central Kazakhstan and the national borders of both Mongolia and China. By this definition, Siberia includes the federal subjects of the Siberian Federal District, and some of the Ural Federal District, as well as Sakha Republic, which is a part of the Far Eastern Federal District. Geographically, this definition includes subdivisions of several other subjects of Urals and Far Eastern Federal Districts, but they are not included administratively. This definition excludes Sverdlovsk Oblast and Chelyabinsk Oblast, both of which are included in some wider definitions of Siberia. Other sources may use either a somewhat wider definition that states the Pacific coast, not the watershed, is the eastern boundary, or a somewhat narrower one that limits Siberia to the Siberian Federal District. In Russian, the word for Siberia is used as a substitute for the name of the federal district by those who live in the district itself, and less commonly used to denote the federal district by people residing outside of it. Major cities. The most populous city of Siberia, as well as the third most populous city of Russia, is the city of Novosibirsk. Other major cities include Bernarul, Irkutsk, Kemerovo, Krasnoyarsk, Novokuznets, Omsk, Tomsk, Tyumen. Wider definitions of Siberia also include Chelyabinsk, Khabarovsk, Vladivostok, Yekaterinburg. Economy. Siberia is extraordinarily rich in minerals, containing ores of almost all economically valuable metals. It has some of the world's largest deposits of nickel, gold, lead, coal, molybdenum, gypsum, diamonds, dioxide, silver and zinc, as well as extensive unexploited resources of oil and natural gas. Around 70% of Russia's developed oil fields are in the Khanty-Mansiysk region. Russia contains about 40% of the world's known resources of nickel at the Norilsk deposit in Siberia. Norilsk Nickel is the world's biggest nickel and palladium producer. Siberian agriculture is severely restricted by the short growing season of most of the region. However, in the southwest, where soils are exceedingly fertile black earths and the climate is a little more moderate, there is extensive cropping of wheat, barley, rye and potatoes, along with the grazing of large numbers of sheep and cattle. Elsewhere, food production, owing to the poor fertility of the podzolic soils and the extremely short growing seasons, is restricted to the herding of reindeer in the tundra, which has been practiced by natives for over 10,000 years. Siberia has the world's largest forests. Timber remains an important source of revenue, even though many forests in the east have been logged much more rapidly than they are able to recover. The Sea of Okhotsk is one of the 2 or 3 richest fisheries in the world owing to its cold currents and very large tidal ranges, and thus Siberia produces over 10% of the world's annual fish catch. Although fishing has declined somewhat since the collapse of the USSR, professional football teams include FC Tomsk, FC Sibir Novosibirsk and FK Yenisei Krasnoyarsk. The Yenisei Krasnoyarsk basketball team has played in the VTB United League since 2011-12. Russia's third most popular sport, bandy, is important in Siberia. In the 2015-16 Russian Bandy Super League season, Yenisei from Krasnoyarsk became champions for the 3rd year in a row by beating Baikal Energia. from Irkutsk in the final. 2 or 3 more teams play in the Super League. The bronze medalists Kar Neftyanik from Khabarovsk, the quarter-finalists Kuzbase from Kemerovo and the 11th place Sibselmash from Novosibirsk. In 2007 Kemerovo got Russia's first indoor arena specifically built for bandy. Now Khabarovsk has the world's biggest indoor arena specifically built for bandy, Arena Yerofey. The 2019 Winter Universiade will be hosted by Krasnoyarsk. Demographics. According to the Russian census of 2010, the Siberian and Far Eastern federal districts located entirely east of the Ural Mountains together have a population of about 25.6 million. Tyumen and Kurgan oblasts, which are geographically in Siberia but administratively part of the Urals Federal District, together have a population of about 4.3 million. Thus, the whole region of Asian Russia is home to approximately 30 million people. It has a population density of about 3 people per square kilometer. Most Siberians are Russians. There are approximately 400,000 ethnic Germans living in Siberia. Mongol and Turkic groups such as Buryats, Tuvanians, Jakuts, and Siberian Tatars lived in Siberia originally, and descendants of these peoples still live there. The Buryats, numbering approximately 500,000, are the largest indigenous group in Siberia, and are mainly concentrated in the homeland, the Buryat Republic. According to the 2002 census, there were 443,852 Yakuts. Other ethnic groups include Kets, Evenks, Chachis, Koryaks, Yupiks, and Ukayers. The Slavic Russians outnumber all of the native peoples in Siberia and its cities except in the Republic of Tuva, with the Slavic Russians making up the majority in the Buryat, Sakha, and Altai republics, outnumbering the Buryats, Sakha, and Altai natives. The Buryat make up only 25% of their own republic, and the Sakha and Altai each are only 1/3, and the Chachi, Evenk, Khanty, Mansi, and Nenes are outnumbered by non-natives by 90% of the population. About 70% of Siberia's people live in cities, mainly in apartments. Many people also live in rural areas, in simple, spacious, log houses. Novosibirsk is the largest city in Siberia, with a population of about 1.5 million. Tobolsk, Tomsk, Tyumen, Krasnoyarsk, Irkutsk and Omsk are the older, historical centers. Religion. There are a variety of beliefs throughout Siberia, including Orthodox Christianity, other denominations of Christianity, Tibetan Buddhism and Islam. An estimated 70,000 Jews live in Siberia, some in the Jewish Autonomous Region. The predominant religious group is the Russian Orthodox Church. Tradition regards Siberia the archetypal home of shamanism, and polytheism is popular. These native religions date back hundreds of years. The vast territory of Siberia has many different local traditions of gods. These include Akhana Inapal, Bugadi Musan, Karakan, Kalteshanki, Kiniya, Kuerkal, Na, Nutanut, Numitorum, Numitarum, Ponpagu, Todot, Tokoyoto, Tomim, Zaya Ichita, Zongit. Places with sacred areas include Olkhorn, an island in Lake Baikal. Transport. Many cities in northern Siberia, such as Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, cannot be reached by road, as there are virtually none connecting from other major cities in Russia or Asia. The best way to tour Siberia is through the Trans-Siberian Railway. The Trans-Siberian Railway operates from Moscow in the west to Vladivostok in the east. Cities not near the railway are best reached by air or by the separate Baikal-Amur Railway. Culture. Cuisine. Stroganina is a raw fish dish of the indigenous people of northern Arctic Siberia made from raw, thin, long-sliced frozen fish. It is a popular dish with native Siberians. Notable residents: Dmitry Kreuter, Israeli Olympic high jumper; Lev Sarkis, Israeli chess grandmaster; Tatiana Yusova, model.